Shreds.
And my name is Rita.
And this is Almost There.
Question mark?
We're back, and today we're talking about such a fun, magical moment in my life that I am so excited about. Let me just tell you about what happened. We went to Spain. Well, not me and her. Eventually, hopefully, one day we will. But
she didn't want to take me.
Okay, well, we went to Spain. My boyfriend and I went to Spain, and
what do you guys think happened in Spain?
Before we talk,
leave
about
your
that,
comments down below.
No, so we went to Spain, and it was like absolutely the most amazing, beautiful trip ever. We were there for 10 days, which is kind of crazy. Like, we were just in Barcelona for 10 days, which everybody was like, oh my god, that's such a long time. But I'm so glad we did it the way that we did it. And there's different magic in like hopping around and going to different places, and like it's just something else that's in itself so beautiful. And there's just so much beauty in that too, where it's just like we stayed in one place for such a long time. And I feel like that's what we'll do more often, is just like pick a place and stick in it, because like we get like a feel of everything.
I think you guys had that experience in Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver.
And you loved that. And
yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the way you want to do it now.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree. So yeah, there's just so many things to talk about. And then you're going to Portugal soon too.
Okay.
But I want to also say, like, I feel like you'll have questions that will be helpful, like for people who are going away.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what you'd want to know, since you have like that as well. So maybe we can get into that as well.
Yeah, but first we're going to talk about Barcelona, and we're going to talk about Shreds, and we're going to talk about what happened, and the things she did, and what happened there.
Okay, well, the elephant in the room, I got engaged. Look how pretty she is. I wish you could see her better in this lighting, but
He's your fiancé, girl.
Fiancé.
You better represent.
Yeah, like, it was just beautiful. It was just the way that we wanted it to be. Well, I didn't even know it was happening. It was just so funny, just how it was like done and everything. And it was on day 2, so it was like perfect, because we had our whole rest of the trip to just be in our bubble and just enjoy it, and it just be us and like soak it in, which kind of now makes it harder to come back a little bit. But it was so perfect. It was like unreal. It was beautiful. In Barcelona, what did we do? Like, it's so weird. Do you ever feel like when you come back from a trip, like it's a blur? Like, you don't remember.
I told you, like, I know when you come back, you're not going to be able to go over like everything, because like when you just come back from a trip, like, what are you going to talk about? Like, every day what we did? Like, you're first of all not going to remember every single day, and then you're not going to remember all the details. But when you and that person who went on the trip will talk about the details, that's when you're going to talk about it. So anyone who wasn't there, you're just not there.
Yeah, and I feel like
I wasn't there.
No,
and you won't be there too.
I feel like also part of it is just like not even you being there, or not even like Spain or Barcelona, but it's just the memories you create there too, and just like the stupidity and like the random stuff you stumble upon and stuff like that. But I guess I could talk about like the things that I do remember. Just little weird things that we noticed. First of all, let's all move to fucking Europe. Like, please, let's all. I know all the, if any Europeans
what would be
watching,
cool? Like, people talk about how in Europe it's kind of difficult because job opportunities and stuff like that, right? But if we all just choose to go there, then
they have to give us jobs.
The
jobs have to move there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can create opportunities.
Right.
And we can help them be prosperous and fuck Canada, basically. We're basically taking all these jobs from here and trying to just push it there. But basically, I just think like we can take a whole community of people and like we can just transport ourselves to somewhere in Europe, and then we would just live better lives. But is that something you always say when you come back from vacation, where you're like, I want to move there?
I did say it about Vancouver. Okay. I didn't say it about like the all-inclusives and stuff that we went to.
That'd be wild.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm very realistic about it too. Like, one thing that we noticed there was the water is just something that just does not hit with us. Like, my hair falls a lot. When I wash my hair there, our skin gets so dry when we're there. So that's one thing. The other thing is everything is so tiny, and not that we need massive, insane houses, but I just can't. Like, our hotel room was so small, and it was like, I feel like that was the size of majority of people's just their regular houses, just because of how small the areas are. They don't even have that much space to have everything, and you can even notice it in the pictures, and maybe we can figure out how to put these pictures here. But when we were looking at, we did a bunch of things where we could see all of Barcelona from like a very high place. It looks chaotic, like chaotic in the best way, because it's like all these houses look like they're on top of each other. Like, you barely see any roads anywhere, whereas I feel like if you were somewhere else, you could at least see the inner outs of roads. Like, you can't see that because they're so close together, and the roads and the areas are so close together that it's so hard to, like, you can't see it. You know what I mean? It's just how it's all laid out, which has its own beauty in itself. The history in Europe is just unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, they've colonized a lot of places and stuff, so that's also something to consider. So
fact.
Yeah.
But you know what I will say is the reason we need to move to Barcelona is, or just Spain in general. I don't know about forget about Spain in general, Barcelona specifically, is the food is insane. Even with our Canadian dollar being so shit and so bad, with the exchange rate, their food is cheaper, better quality. The people are just incredible. Everything is so fresh. I just mean like their service, everything. It's just so much better than it is here. And I've been trying to say I'm so sorry for the Europeans that don't want us there, but like, we're coming. We're going to come. I need to live there for the rest of my life.
Okay.
But then I feel like we go there and then we're going to mess it all up. Like, rent's going to increase.
Yeah. I mean, what are we going to do? It's very difficult to live here now. But anyways, that's a different conversation for another time. Let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah.
The fun and fresh stuff.
The fun and fresh stuff. What else did I want to bring up?
Are you going to talk about your engagement
story? I want to, but I feel like weird about talking about it.
Well,
like, I just don't know. Yeah, like, okay. I would want him to like tell his side.
Can we have him on?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Sorry. But it just be like, because it's just my side of it is like, I'm just getting proposed to, but there's so many moving parts. Like, the exciting part is like everything like working up to it. That's what's exciting, and coming from his mouth, it's more fun. But it just happened, and it was so great, and it was just like fun, and it was like the perfect time. Like I said, we had our own bubble, and like we got to live in it, and just so cool.
Yeah. I hope you guys still get to live in it. Like, it's obviously now you're back to reality, and that's exciting in itself.
Yeah.
Because you get to meet all these people who love and adore you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you just continue to like live in that moment.
Yeah. One thing I will say, we've both talked about it. We feel so much more loved than we thought we would have by like other people. It's so insane. Like, I thought our engagement is just us, which it is, but I just didn't think that you'd get this like overpowering feeling of just like love from the people who love both of you together, and just seeing people get so excited for us and like love on us. I just wasn't expecting that from so many people, and it just being so overwhelming. It's so insane to me. It's just something that I wasn't expecting, and he wasn't either. And it's so funny because up until this point, he's like, I get engagements and I get it for us, but it's just so funny to me that people make such big deals out of it. But then, because he's a boy. But then when he like looks at all these things back and he's experiencing it with me, he's like, this is so cool. Like, we've felt love, obviously, but just feeling collective love from everybody at one time, it's so overwhelming. And I think I've been saying this a lot. Like, I just feel like in those moments, that's when it feels like we're engaged. Because we don't live together. So it's not like we can just like experience it with each other all the time. So it's like when we're together, when we picked up the ring, because he had a fake ring when we were over there, and like all that kind of stuff, it was so interesting, and it's so special. And it's like, it's just so special. It's such a cool feeling.
I think that's something I've only recently understood or realized, like, why people like to have, like, you know, engagement parties or like or like weddings or whatever it is. Like, you decide to have that because you have these amazing amount of people who come out for you guys, and like they just love you, you know, and like they just want you to know, and they want you to like, I don't know, there's so much love there, and I think like that's something that's really cool to see. And
Yeah. One thing that happened with me that I was telling them as well is he didn't tell anybody from my side before it was happening, basically because it was my birthday right before we left. And so there were many times where people would be able to like slip up or just even like say to me, like when I was getting my nails done, I was asking people like, what color should I get, whatever. And the option in my head was between white and blue. And so if I chose blue or somebody pushing like, get white, like, you know what I mean? Like it would give something away. So he was worried about that. So it wasn't for the reason that, for me, it became the best gift that I think I got out of this whole thing, is being able to tell people and seeing their honest, genuine reactions, like, in that moment, is one of the most, like, precious things that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. And selfishly, I kind of wish he didn't tell anybody of his side too, because I just want to be able to see, like, have those moments. Because now, like, thank God for phones. Like, you get to keep those moments and have them forever. Like, every time I look at it, I, like, start tearing up. Like, I just can't. We're so lucky to be surrounded with such people that love us so much. And, like, we're so grateful. And, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, Spain.
Okay, so what was your most outside of your engagement? What was your most memorable experience?
For me, it was the food, obviously. Like, the food was incredible there. But one of the moments that I was, like, just, like, two moments, actually, I was so overwhelmed, was the Sagrada, which is the main, like, church in Barcelona. Like, it's a big attraction. It is massive. So we walked everywhere. Our hotel was quite far from where we like, where the main stuff was, so we would just have to walk every single day, which also was my favorite thing. Like, we were walking for hours and we would just, like, shoot the shit, which was, like, the best ever. But we were walking home one day and we just, like, bumped into it. It was so weird. Like, it was not on our thing for that day. We were gonna go somewhere else, but I'm like, that's it. That's what we're trying to look for. And it was at night, and we, like, walked over to it, and, like, we were taking it in because it was the first time we were seeing it, and it was massive. It is so big. It's like you can't even take it in. And I wasn't expecting it to be that big. But anyways, we bumped into it. We're walking around it. I'm, like, already in awe. And there's this one song that this violinist was playing right in front of it. And I just couldn't. It was so overwhelming and so beautiful. And it's, like, one of those songs behind those TikToks that is just, like, so, like, just life is so beautiful. And that was exactly, it was so weird. It felt like you were actually, like, living a movie, which was crazy. It was that. And then another one was, we were kind of lost and we couldn't find a taxi to get home, and we're just, like, stumbling and just trying to find our way home. And again, like, we were just, like, going everywhere, and then we were eventually like, let's just make this, like, a fun experience. And we were just, like, any sound we'd hear, we'd, like, walk towards it. Any, like, people we'd see, we'd walk towards it. So we were doing that. And then there was, like, again, we just stumbled onto the craziest view of just, like, all of the city of Barcelona, like, the nightlife part, and, like, all the lights were on. It was insane. And then another guy was playing music, like, in the back. It's just so insane. It feels like you're walking through a movie. Like, people are just playing music on random streets, like, in front of, like, these big, massive historic buildings, and you just, like, take a moment to just, like, breathe it in. And sometimes it's so precious to just be like, I don't want to touch my phone right now. Like, I'm just going to breathe this in right now. And it's just, like, with the people you love, and, like, yeah, it's incredible. It was just, it was those moments. Yeah. And, you know, music and scenery, tears instantly for me. It's just when it feels like a movie, it's like, it's different. It's just, it's so weird. Feeling like you're living a movie in real life. It's so insane.
Yeah. But what are some tips that you have for the peeps trying to go to Barcelona?
Good question. One,
thank you.
Book everything in advance, like tickets to things, like book them in advance because they're always full. And I just researched it enough that I knew that I needed to book those things, and, like, book them so that you don't have to stand in the line, because the lines are just ridiculous for people who just forget to book. So book everything in advance. Use the app Get Your Guide. You can use it for Portugal too. They have a bunch of that stuff. Book day trips, book like tours, like tipsy tours. That was so much fun. Like, it's just a group of people that like just are down to get food and just drink, and it was just so much fun. They also have like a bar crawl through tipsy tours, so you could do that. Madrid has, I think they're opening one in Madrid, so that's really cool. Again, Get Your Guide is the app that you can do it on. eSIMs are amazing.
What's that?
eSIMs? Oh, so they're basically SIM cards that are not like physical SIM cards. They're unreal. They're so good. And it works right away. Just set it up when you're home. Airalo is the app if you don't know how to do it. And it teaches you like how to figure out if your phone is compatible, like all that kind of stuff. Oh, Uber does not really work there. They don't really follow Uber. So you can use it outside, like going from the airport, because obviously, like, I guess the taxi drivers, there are enough that want to like take you somewhere, but Uber doesn't really work. So either like usually your hotel can like book taxis for you, so that's fine. You can even like haul a taxi, that's okay, and they're super like kind and safe. It seemed to us. Or you can, before you leave, unless you have like a phone number over there, you can download Cabify, and there's another one over here before you go there, and then that works instead. If you don't have a credit card that doesn't have like the
foreign transaction, like
the markup fee,
foreign exchange transaction fee.
Yeah, look into the Air Canada conversion MasterCard and call the number that's on the website, because nobody else at CIBC knows what the hell that card is. So
it's through CIBC.
It's through CIBC. So it's just like a very specific card, I guess, that not a lot of people get. So like the regular customer service is not great at answering questions.
Right.
Anything else I have to say?
How did you guys like dress for the weather there?
Yeah, that was great for us. So as Canadians, we were like 17, above 16 degrees. We're living the best life. Like, and it's so sunny. So we were wearing shorts. We were wearing like, I was wearing a dress and stuff like that. But for them, so we went in March, which is off-peak season. I would suggest going in off-peak because it's cheaper, but it's just funny because it's like we were walking around in like shorts. He was my fiance was walking.
What fiance?
Whoa, that is so weird. Yeah. But yeah, so he was in shorts and I was in a dress, and like people would just look at us weird, and people are walking around in like puffer jackets and all that stuff. I'm not going to tell you to wear puffer jackets because it's hot. Like, why would you be wearing, we're not climatized to that. They are, that's why they're walking around like that. But just be aware that they will look at you funny and it'll be interesting. If you want to do like extra, what is that shopping? What is it called? Luxury shopping, that's the place to go. Look into VAT tax return or something. That's what it's called. And that's really it. Eat all the freaking food you can when you're away, man.
Because it's cheap.
It is not even if it was expensive, I would spend money on that food. Yeah. It is unreal.
So if you compare the food from like Toronto to Barcelona, what do you think are the key differences? Obviously, there's a cultural food that's like different. You can't compare that, but
quality, price is significantly cheaper. They use, obviously, it's Spain. They use a lot of olive oil rather than using butter, which is for dairy-free people. Oh, service is really slow. Like getting people to get the food is really slow. Like, but once you get it, it's fast. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, once you order, it takes a while for you to get your food. Mm-hmm. And to order, sometimes it takes a while for them to come get you. But once you've ordered and, like, the food's put in, it's fast. Like, the food comes out quickly. Oh. So it's just the process of getting to get your food into the system that's a little bit longer. Yeah, that's about it. Are you excited for Portugal?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It is still far away, but like there's a lot of stuff that we need to do right now to like prepare for it and stuff like that. But you know, like hearing you talk about Spain and stuff, it just gets more and more exciting. Yeah. And I just genuinely believe that a vacation with like someone, I'm going with my boyfriend, and so a vacation with someone that you like love and you just want to like experience new things with and stuff is just like really incredible. Cool. And I just I'm excited for that. Yeah, I used to say like, ooh, vacation with the partner, you know, like who knows what's gonna happen.
Well, because everybody says that. Everyone says like on vacation, especially is this your first vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so especially your first one, everyone is like so itchy. Like they're like, oh, you're gonna have your big vacation fight. It doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
And it's okay for it not to happen.
Yeah,
it's okay for it to happen too, but
yeah. 100%. I think you're just in each other's space like all the time, and that's what's very new, especially when you've not like moved in with the person and stuff like that. But yeah, like I think I'm just excited because like I don't really think we're gonna have many of those or any of them, and even if we do, like it's not a big deal. It's fine. Like it's fine, you know. So at this point, I'm just excited, and I'm excited to get out of Canada. Like obviously we have the best months like coming soon, you know, like summertime, and that's like really great, but we're also going like towards fall at that time when we're leaving, and so I think that'd be a nice thing.
Yeah. And I think like for us too, like we didn't have any of those arguments or anything. Like we had one when we went to Vancouver, and that was just because we were both like really snippy and really annoying to each other. So it's like it doesn't like gonna happen whenever. Like it's not
honestly, I think it would happen more like when we're like hangry or something. Like, I don't think it's gonna be real. It's just gonna be like, let me just fucking eat, bro. Yeah.
Or so you're not getting ready fast enough, or
that's gonna happen. Yeah, he's gonna be like, I was writing like 3 hours ago. So.
Yeah.
And I'm really like, why were you up
then? You know, the other thing that I think a lot of couples have issues about is waking up. So one of them like wakes up super early, and then the other wakes up super late. For me and him, like it's just we wake up at the same. We're both like
you both are
early
like
birds.
morning people.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, like I think that's a big one that people have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, when I'm on vacation, I'm kind of different though.
Yeah.
Like I like waking up like early and like having things to do and stuff like that. Like let's say we're having like a really late night or something like that, and then like, you know, you want to sleep in until like 9 or something like that, and you're still able to leave the hotel by like 10:30 or something like that. That's still fine.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, I do like to like leave earlier just so like you can do a lot of things. Like even though we're there, like we're still like we're probably not going to be staying in one city the entire time, but we're going to be staying in like each of these places for I don't know 3 to 4 nights or whatever it is,
which is
right?
which is still a lot.
Like so but we're only limiting it to like 3 different places because we're trying to like, you know, do things and actually enjoy our time there and stuff. But yeah, like because of those reasons, I think like waking up and stuff like that, because in my relationship I'm the one that's like waking up late, and he's just there like, why is she sleeping? And did you know they say that women need more sleep than men? I
heard that,
which I'm not completely sure is 100% true.
Well,
they've done studies, I guess,
but there's studies that also say like men need like, or women need only 6 hours and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about these studies, you know what I'm saying?
We choose to believe the 10-hour one.
So the one that says that it's okay to have like 9 to 10 hours of sleep for women, I like that one. So, that's cool. But I actually don't, because when I do sleep for that long, I feel like the entire day I'm kind of like lazy
and groggy.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's just because our bodies are not used to it.
That's true.
Because if you really think about it, genuinely, I'm not trying to be like, whatever. I do think women's bodies do more than men's bodies do.
Obviously, every month there's a lot.
I do think women's bodies do a lot more than men's bodies do. And the reason, like, how we get better is through rest. So if our bodies are doing the most, like, we do need more rest than you do. Or not you do, but men do. Yeah. So I think that's a valid...
All them men.
I think that's a valid point.
It's valid, but also whatever floats your boat, live your life. But I think that was kind of cool for me to learn about. But anyways, in our relationship, it would be me that would be like waking up later. And I also think on vacation, you know, like how you didn't wear that much makeup when you were on vacation?
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be wearing that much makeup either.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, at night if we're going out for something or whatever. Like, but during the day, like, after a bit, I probably won't.
Yeah. That's what I did. The first 2 days, I was wearing makeup and I wanted to wear makeup. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I just got so over it. Like, even so, I wanted to take pictures because we just got engaged, like, a couple days after. And I put on makeup for 30 minutes. I did my whole freaking routine. And then after that, I was like, babe, I want to wash it off. He's like, live your life. Like, he was just so hyped. Like, he was such a good, like, hype man with that. Yeah. But that's the other thing. When you're on vacation, you also just want to relax and do all those things. Sure. And you realize afterwards, like, you're not going to take... A part of it is not taking out your phone all the time. And it's okay to have these pictures where... Because you're not going to post everything. These are just memories for you. And I think we forget that sometimes. That these are just something I'm going to keep for myself. And it's not something I'm trying to post and put online and do all this stuff. And there are those many of those moments where I'm like, why would I spend another 30, 45 minutes putting on makeup, doing my hair extra? Obviously, unless I felt pretty without it. Right? I felt like, oh, I have so many things that I want to cover up. Because there were days of that too where I did put makeup on or I put a little bit of color correction. But majority of the time I'm like, my partner, the person I love, is literally like hyping me up and making me feel so beautiful by myself. I feel so beautiful by myself. I don't need to be putting all this makeup on like today. So why am I just doing this for Instagram? Which it's not even gonna go on Instagram. Like, what's the point of that, you know? And when I like got that, I was just living my life. Like, it was just great.
Love that.
Vacation's so fun.
Vacation is fun.
Let's go to another one tomorrow.
Let's book it right now. But yeah, I think like that's gonna be the case for me as well, because I'm just gonna be like lazy sometimes, and I'm not gonna like want to wear shit. And like if we're doing a fucking winery or something like that, which is the plan.
Yeah.
For,
oh my
like,
gosh, so fun.
Yeah. Let's say we're doing that. Like, I don't care to like. Where are we putting anything? I mean, first of all, if anyone really knows me, you know I don't post anything
anywhere. Yeah.
And like my partner is the one that like posts more than me, and he's always laughing about that. He's just like, it's so funny that I am the person in this relationship. Like he doesn't even post that.
And mine too, eh? Well, because he has to do it for work.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the difference. But even then, he posts about you.
Yeah, he does.
Outside of
lot
that. So,
more
like,
than,
yeah. So, like, I think, it's funny, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Look at us.
Such good boys. Aw, fuck.
But yeah, like, what's the point, right? At that point. So, like, yeah, like, if it's gonna take too much time to, like, get ready and stuff like that, like, if I could ever figure out a 5-minute routine, which never ends up being a 5-minute routine for me, like, if I could, I would. But it's just not gonna happen.
You know what? Also, I've realized when I have makeup on, I'm not loving on him as much. Because
it's coming off.
Yes. So it's
Do
the
we need better products?
Yeah, maybe. But I use like Too Faced. I use all those things. Like, I use good products. Yeah. It's just I'm a sweaty, hot person. So like, it's just my face is always hot and my body's always hot. So when I have makeup on, like now, even though it doesn't freaking look like it, but when I have,
even though this thing keeps fucking doing this.
Sorry,
just keep doing the Iron Man. Iron Man.
So it's just like I am more conscious and I'm not myself too, and I didn't want to be that on vacation as well.
Yeah.
And it just feeling loved is fun.
Cutie.
Whoa. Yeah, she's mushy.
Look at her ring, eh? Look at her going over her hair. What kind of ring is it? I'm so glad you went to Spain.
Me too.
And
let's do Euro summer one year.
With like let's not say anything.
You know what though? Euro summer is so hard to plan.
Also, it really, like, how many people, how many vacation days do we even get for us to be doing that?
Facts. You know, vacation days are a scam.
Living here is a scam. That's what I think.
Oh my God, that was the other thing. So, Spain has been having a drought. Like, do you know what I learned? Mm-hmm. It was so crazy. Okay. Everything was closed on Sunday. All their stores were closed on Sunday. All their retail stores.
Retail.
Restaurants were open. Some markets were open, but it's like within a square footage. Like, you're allowed to keep your shop open. Everybody else is closed. Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Come on, Canada, step it up.
That's not happening here.
Anyways, but The other thing, so Spain's been going through a drought, which is another reason that they've been not a fan of having like a lot of tourists over, because they're like, we use all the water when we go there. We're not very like careful.
We don't like care about that.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Like a lot of people's pools are shut off because like hotels' pools are shut off because they don't want to waste water. So the last 2 days that we were there, it started raining and I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh shit, it's raining, like whatever. But it was the most beautiful. It was just eerie in like a romantic, beautiful way. But what was so interesting is a lot of these mom and pop stores were closed. They just decide, I don't want to work today.
Aww,
isn't that crazy?
I love that.
We walked past so many. I love it so much. And if you want recommendations, please hit me up because I was really proud of my itinerary. And yeah.
Shrad's killed it. So just DM us on Instagram or something. Leave comments on like things that you would like to suggest to people. Give each other tips and tricks.
Portugal.
Yeah, if you have any like suggestions for Portugal, we're planning to go to Lisbon, Porto, and another place that we still have to figure out, either Lagos or Madeira. So
Legos?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, like Lagos.
Oh.
I think that's how they say it. Lagos?
I think it's Lagos. I think I've heard Lagos before.
Okay, well.
That's cool. My friends are there right now, so I'll give you their stuff too.
Yeah.
It's exciting. But go to Spain, travel, even if you can't freaking go to Spain.
Even though they don't like tourists.
I know.
But we're supporting their economy.
And we're being so kind. Like, no, just don't go and cause a freaking ruckus. Like, just be kind.
Like, represent us nicely.
Yeah. But also, like, go, even if you can't go to Spain, because life is hard and expensive, go somewhere else. Just go out of your comfort zone. Go 10 minutes away from your house. Just do something different, because it can change.
Go to a restaurant by yourself. Go to a cafe on your own. Go to movie is kind of wild, but if you want to,
movie's the best one to go by yourself, because all you have to do is the nerve-wracking part is getting there and leaving. But you're sitting there like nobody's looking at you for 3 hours.
It's true.
I need to tell you a story.
Oh.
So we were on a day trip, a day guide tour, whatever, and we met this lady who is a single mom. She has 2 kids, and she has visited. So she started traveling in 2014, I think, or 2008, something like that. And she's already visited 60 countries. So she basically has figured out ways to, like, for her, traveling is just like the sceneries and just like the history of the place that she goes to. Mm-hmm. So she's figured out ways to basically do these things on a really, really tight budget, but still experience everything that she's wanted to. She's like climbed these mountains before. She's like seen all these things, and you know, she's made these things work around her budget, and I think it is so doable. It just totally depends on what you prioritize. For her, food is not a big thing. For me and my fiance, for us, it is like, food is a big deal for us. It's a part of the tourism, and if we can't spoil ourselves on the food, it's just not a place that we're gonna go to yet. We're gonna wait until we can. But for her, food is just not a big thing. Like, for her, she's okay with eating whatever she needs to eat. Like, that's not her going to a restaurant every day and stuff like that. So I really do think if that is not a priority for you, like food's not a big priority for you, you could literally just go and do all these things at a really minimal budget. You can also, if food is really important to you and the history of the place and stuff like that's not important, you can also do that. Like, you can do hostels. You can just like prioritize food over prioritizing like where you live and your accessibility to like the city and stuff like that. There's so many ways that you can do budget traveling. So if you want to do that, you can, and there's so many resources that you can use online. So I think it's worth it if you want to. You just have to put in the work for it, is all I'm saying. And that's money wise. It can be money wise or put in the work.
How much were your flights?
So off peak season with a flight and a hotel for 10 days, we spent $1,500, which is
That's
nothing.
Insane.
Well, it's not nothing. I'm gonna take that back. Which is it's a lot of money, but for where we were and for Spain, Barcelona, it was very affordable.
Yeah.
I hope you go to Spain. I hope you do something different. I hope you just get out of your area to breathe some air other than what's suffocating you.
Ooh. Yes, girl. You better. That's it for her.
Thank you.
Wow.
I should make a song.
Damn. Gotta send them lyrics to someone.
So just do your research. I think you can do anything you want to. If you want to do it on a budget, just prioritize. Find the things you want to prioritize, and as much just put as much research as you can into it, and you can find places that will suit your budget, will suit your needs. You might have to compromise in some places, and that's okay. Or you save, and it might take a little bit longer, but it could be exactly your dream vacation and more. Or if you don't even want to travel, live your life.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people who are like good with just,
chilling, yeah, for sure.
And I think that's sick. That's really sick.
And it's a lot of work too to travel, eh? Like
there's a lot of planning involved. There's a lot of like new stuff that like for people that have a difficult time like adjusting to new environments and stuff like that, that's totally understandable.
For sure.
But if you have any suggestions on what other people can witness and experience, I don't know why I said witness.
I was like, witness?
Witness what?
I mean, it makes sense in the sentence.
I guess.
Experience.
I don't know. Experience, different experiences, and then after they experience that, then we can experience, and then when we all bring it together, we all
have experiences.
So we hope you experienced a good time watching us and listening to us, and look at Shrad's ring now. Whoop whoop! So pretty. But yeah.
Make sure this is here. So.
Oh, baby. She's engaged and shit, bro.
This is the evil eye that I'm showing you so that nobody can give me evil eye.
Do you have to show it to people to... Is it like a...
That's what you do. Like, that's why they, like, little kids have, like, the black thing on them. It needs to be visible.
Oh, it does? So. I didn't know that. But if you're putting it behind your ear, then it's not that visible.
I guess not. Iron Man! Like, look at the color on us.
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Can we just end it like this?
Yeah. So because we're having issues with our brightness, and we actually have color like in our faces,
like,
too.
look at it.
Yeah. But anyways, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Shraz is just gonna hold this. I could also do it now. You could take a break.
Go. Continue.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can't multitask. I can just do one thing at a time. But thank you so much for watching us, supporting us always, and
like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, bye.
See you later, alligator.